It is adorable, isn't it? I'm very excited for this one. So, we are sponsored to play Feline Forensics and the Meowseum mystery today. It's so cute. I can't wait for you guys to see the cat detective. The game is out today on Steam. There is a 10% discount for the first week. And if you would like to know more about the game, there is a link pinned at the top of the chat, as always. And if you're watching in the future on YouTube, it is in the video's description. So check out the game there and wishlist if you'd like. Now let's see. What kind of voice do you think? I hope he has like a deep voice. Look how pretty. I love the style. Oh! Hello. Oh, another long day. Street lamps are already on. I guess I'm the voice. And I haven't been in my office yet. I should check my computer. I'm sure I have at least a few emails waiting by now. You tapping a little foot? Although, if it's the commissioner volunteering me for more debriefs, I'll have to put my paw down. Look how cute! It's so cute! Okay, let's check our emails. Alright, let's see if this old litter box still works. I just need to log in. And, it won't take my password. Something here has my whiskers twitching. This might turn into a regular investigation. I'll start tracking all my leads on this bulletin board, in case I need to reference them again. Ah, unknown password. Okay, for some reason my computer isn't accepting a password. Did I just forget what it was? If I changed it, certainly would have written it down on a note and put it in my desk. Okay. What should I take a look at? The desk. It's possible I just wrote the password down and threw it in my desk drawers. Not in the top drawer. Surely it'll be in the bottom. Aha! This must be it. Wait, no. This is just a standard department business card. Following procedure requires I enter it into evidence, but unfortunately, this might be more serious than it seems. Ooh, what's this? Oh, wow. Business card. I found it in the drawers of my desk. Oh, and I can have a closer look at it. Oh! Okay. Did I press A? Ooh, what a nice sound. Ah, of course, I knew there was something else here. Why didn't I think to flip over that business card sooner? The extension written here belongs to the department manager. Luckily, I would classify this as an emergency. I should give them a call immediately and let them know what's going on. Okay, so then phone. Now that I have the department manager's extension, I can give them a call. Good evening, detective. I hope this is important because I'm in the middle of dinner with my family. Apologies, but we might have a security issue. My computer's password has inexplicably changed. Hate to break this news to you, detective, but the inexplicable is, in fact, quite explicable. If I do recall, this is the second time this week you've interrupted my wife's delicious home-cooked meal. I'm sorry? From what I could gather, you were on another milk-fueled bender. Oh, you have milk problems? Through slurred speech, you told me you changed your own password. And this is the part where I'm so embarrassed you tell me the password, correct? I would consider it, but you also informed me that you hid it somewhere. Somewhere that only a detective of your caliber would be able to find. So, get on with it, and ensure that not a single report on this matter is out of place tomorrow. And let me reiterate while you're in the right mind, do not call me again unless it is a real emergency. I think if I had just forgot my password, this wouldn't be as humiliating. Either way, not my proudest moment, but I can make up for that, even if I'm technically this crime's primary suspect. Retracing my steps, following the proper timeline, and correcting any inconsistencies in the case notes will be paramount. Oh. He's so cute! Without the current password, I can't unlock. Left the office late last night, and at some point, the department network was hacked. Next day, defective and login. Okay. Look at the little doodle in the bottom. Let's look around. Maybe we can find something. The little paw prints on the ceiling. Do you play in your own cat tower, or is it for kids? I don't see anything else I can examine, so let's have a look. Okay, computer's still locked. Shouldn't try to pass it again until I'm sure what it is. Okay, so if there's nothing else we can look at. Double check my notes to make sure everything's up to date with this information. Oh, look at this. Okay. Disputed with a testimony. The department manager said you were drunk. Department manager did confirm that nothing was hacked. Embarrassingly, just a bit too much indulgence on my part. That being said, I've only got a rough outline from here, and they won't settle for anything less than perfect. It's time to thoroughly investigate the rest of my office and use my journal to fill in every blank necessary. Ah, okay. Okay. If you need to get around quicker, use the zoomies button. I have a zoomies button. Neat. Zoomies! Is there something over there here to investigate? Bookshelves. Shelves absolutely packed with different tomes, journals, studies, and the occasional novelization. If I hit some sort of clue in these books, it would take me far longer to find it than it's worth. Wouldn't put it past myself, but I don't have anything to go on yet. Okay, what else is there? Filing cabinets? Just for keeping contracts, reference documents, and various policy paperwork. Can't imagine I would have slid a note with the password on it into this mess of a drawer. Even under a strong influence of dairy, I wouldn't have done something so reckless. Ah, so funny. Anything in the trash? When you gotta dig up the truth, you gotta act like an alley cat. Empty milk carton, comically clean fish bones, used yarn ball. Ugh, none of this looks very helpful. Wait a minute, there's a crumpled receipt, and it looks like I've redacted most of it. Nothing about the actual purchase remains, and only the store's address is left visible. Where could this lead me? Ooh, is it something we can look at? Okay. A lactose stupor. Left visible on the receipt is an address. 13 North 2nd Street. Cross-reference that. On your computer if you had a password. I want to look at this. Let's see what we can find over here. The cat tower. One might ask themselves, why would any self-respecting feline investigator keep one of these demeaning furniture pieces in their professional office? It was a gift from some old co-workers who thought they were being exceptionally humorous. Also, it keeps my claws properly managed, and sometimes it helps me think. What about this filing cabinet? I have a few of these to keep track of previous cases. It's not unlocked. Those records are pretty confidential. Wait, I don't lock these. Not since I kept misplacing the key. I'm certain this is significant. I might have put my password in here, or at the very least another clue. Okay, have a look in it then. Oh, it is locked. Oh, I thought it was unlocked. I misread. It's possible I hit the password with the potting soil of this plant. However, until I have a compelling reason to believe that I'm not willing to make a mess of the hardwood floor. So, where do we find the key? I have keys in my paw there, which is very cute. That one is locked. I need a key. Oh, I have this as well. Oh, look at that. Unbeknownst to the something, the change to his and it inside. Unbeknownst to the detective changed. Because he was drunk. Changed the password to his computer and hid it inside a cabinet. Oh, here. His computer and hid it inside check the rug. I can't, there's no pop-up for it. You need to have like that. Oh. Wait, what's he looking at? Wait, can I change the camera angle? Old map of historic Philadelphia. Don't remember all the thumbtacks in it. each holding a thin shred of paper to various addresses in the city. No one seems more important than another. Crumpled receipt did have an address on it. What was it again? 13 North 2nd Street. Slip of paper does have a phone number written on it. Looks like it's time to make another call. Oh! Oh! Oh, wow. I didn't think I could do that. Oh, so that's what I was missing. Okay, so now we make a phone call. Hopefully they're still open and they can make sense of this receipt. Good evening, Bookgator on 2nd. What can I do for you? Of course, the local bookstore. How could I forget? Sir, did you need help with something? Hello, yes, sorry. I do, actually. This might be an odd question, but I have a receipt. And I'm not sure what it was that I purchased. I've been expecting your call, detective. Oh, of course you were. Care to explain? You stumbled in disgruntled after an argument with this devious plan. I didn't ask questions, but you warned me to call. This call was likely. Oh dear. Now about that book. Please tell me it's not something terribly inappropriate. Not quite, no. The book's title is On the Historical Development of Cat Burglary. Okay, thank you. That'll be all. Sure you don't need anything else, detective? No, really. It's okay. Thank you. As if I wasn't embarrassed enough as it is. So cute. Okay, so now I know what to look for. Something to do with cat burglary. Dignity and Domestication by the Great Dane Austen. Le Meowseum by Vernon Hugo. Call of the Wild by Jack London. More novels than I thought, but hey, these are the classics. Here's the one I'm looking for. The question now is, why would I have purchased this book specifically? Oh wait, can I look at it in my inventory? Yes. That's so cute. Ooh, don't. How do I... Don't open. Oh, I need to do it like that. Great job, detective. Of course. I knew there was something else here. I bought a hollow trick book. No wonder the bookstore clerk was holding back a laugh. With my cabinet key hidden inside, no less. I think we're nearing the end of this case. Good thing the trains will still be running for a little longer. Okay, let's see what we can find over here. Okay, opening it. There's a note right on top. Great change of pace. Or maybe I was just getting lazy. There doesn't seem to be any cipher or code either. Just a normal password. I should try it and make sure all my notes are in order. I wouldn't want to attract any more ire from the department manager than I already have. What's the password? I can't look at it. It says meow on the end. Cat's meow. The cat's meow. Oh, do you think we can finish this now? Unbeknownst to the detective changed the password to his computer and hid it inside, it's the filing cabinet. He didn't hide the password in the book. Oh, it's yellow squiggly now. Closed sections look like this. You have 2 or fewer to correct. Maybe unbeknownst to the manager. Was it the manager or was it the commissioner? Oh, okay. That was worse. So that means detective at the start is good. I've detected twice. Yeah, because he was drunk. But yeah, we do know the first one. But I changed the password myself, didn't I? What about the bottom? Furthermore, he hid the key. He hid the key to the... It must be cabinet, right? That we don't have yet. Yeah, this must be cabinet. Okay, maybe we should just look at the computer first, and then we'll get more keywords to finish it off. Maybe I'm getting ahead of myself. I've got the password, supposedly. Now for the moment of truth. Is it possible this has been a red herring all along? Oh, it works. I'm logged in. I have exactly 0 emails that require my attention. That's a relief. But the department manager will have my fur if I don't get the rest of these case notes in order before I go home. Okay. Oh, so this is red circle. After returning to the office, the detective changed his computer login information before it was lost to the memory of a lactose stupor. And the evidence is the password reminder. Ah, I see. That makes sense. Of course, the reason for this entire mystery locked up tight in a lone filing cabinet. There it is. So when it's a green, like, floaty word, it means it's the keyword's been added to the thing. So now we can do it. Give me a cabinet. Yes. Oh, still yellow though. Unbeknownst to the detective changed the password to his computer and hid it inside a cabinet. Isn't that right? He hid the key to the cabinet inside a book that the detective recently purchased. Yes. Okay. Locked is a great shout. Locked instead of hid. Oh, yeah. That's a good idea. Yeah! Smart. Aha! I knew I was onto something. Well, a fantastic treat a night out at the milk bar might cause me more trouble than it's worth. Oh! Why is the phone ringing? Could it be the manager already? Hello, Feline Forensic Private Detective! I'm glad to hear you're burning the midnight oil. Commissioner? To what do I owe the pleasure? Business, not pleasure. There's been an incident. Private property. They asked for you. I'm sending a cruiser. The officer will fill you in on the way. Case seems pretty involved, but it's still within my jurisdiction. You will go by the book, Detective. I'm sure you're aware that if you don't, your license will be on the line. Again. Click. What a ray of sunshine the commissioner is these days. It's gonna be an even later night than I thought. We're so cute. We're free to go! Nice. That was fun. Okay. Look at the goose! Or duck? Duck? Goose? Goose. Evening, officer. What are we looking at this time? Oh, detective. No need to be so formal. Although, we are headed to a pretty fancy museum, so maybe I spoke too soon. Honk! The one on the east side of town? What happened? Sounds like an attempted heist gone sideways. Nobody was able to flee the scene, but an important exhibit has gone missing. Not sure if it was one of the thieves, another visitor, or a staff member, but they said someone might have been shot in the process. Oh dear, let's hope things have been kept under control since. They made it seem like the scenario was contained, but you'll have to make that call yourself. Goose it is, yeah. As soon as he let out a honk, I was like, ah. I don't know much more than that, but we'll be there soon. The car's so cute. I was like, squish. Here we are. Told you it wouldn't take long. Always a pleasure. Wish me luck. I have a feeling this is going to be a long night. Good luck, detective. I'm sure everything will go just fine. And I know you like to work alone, but if you need some help from the department, just give a call on that payphone over there. We'll see if that's necessary. For now, it's time to get to work. The Kreinberg Museum. Oh, look at this one. Big statue. The plaque reads, honk, hark the herald angel. Unknown artist. Wonderful, timeless depiction of Mother Goose's agents of peace. That said, the biblically accurate sculptures are more compelling. Honk. Let's go in. Oh, this is gonna be fun. Ah, detective, thank goodness, you've finally arrived. I'm the curator of this museum and the one that called the police. Did you do it? Thank you for coming on such short notice. For a crime, there is no such thing as short notice, and a detective must always be prepared to put a stop to it. Yes, well, please work with the utmost efficiency. A catastrophe of this scale could be a disaster. If word got out that our most precious gemstone was stolen, who knows what would happen? Not only would the museum's reputation be forever marred, we could be the target of even more horrid criminals. You're understandably concerned, but I assure you I'll sort this out. This is far from my first case. Although, if my debrief was accurate, there was also an unfortunate murder in the process. Is that right? Ah, yes, that punk. I just hate to even think about it. Oh, he mad. I suppose you should take care of that as well. But in my opinion, the sooner we get the innocent people home, the better. A rushed investigation leads to sloppy work, so I can't promise this will be quick or easy. Regardless, I trust you will do your best, and if you could keep me posted on your progress, it would be greatly appreciated. Of course. I have several things to discuss, if we could. Ask away, detective. Who are you? I'm the purveyor of this prestigious museum. Past that, there isn't much more to disclose. Okay, I'm already thinking that maybe the rooster did it to, like, get more advertisement in a way, like get everyone talking about the museum. Do you have any associations outside your work here? Family, perhaps? Is this vital to solving our case, detective? Otherwise, I'd request that you inquire no further. It certainly could be, depending on how it continues to unfold. Fine. I do have a family, and I'm currently separated from them over personal matters. And I can assure you they have nothing to do with the stolen gemstone or the murder. Unless you'd like to interrogate them unnecessarily as well. As always, I appreciate the cooperation. Let's move on. Okay. Before, what were you doing? During operating hours, I don't do much except greet visitors, and today was no exception. On days when we're particularly busy, I may mingle and let the guards stand station, but that wasn't the case today. Up until the argument began upstairs, nothing seemed out of place. The guard and I were here having an idle chat. Unfortunate that it couldn't stay that way. Could I ask a few more questions then? During. What happened during the argument? The guard and I heard an argument beginning upstairs, and it wasn't an immediate concern to me. I didn't want him to make a scene, but it continued to heat up on its own. Then we heard the gunshot moments later. Even with the accompanied sound of broken glass, my instinct was to make sure the guide was safe. I thought she was in the sculpture gallery, but the guard found her in antiquities, stunned. He called for me and I ran right over. And it was true. She was frozen solid, startled by the cacophonous noise. The guard was concerned, of course, but took off towards the blaring alarm. Despite the chaos of it all, I maintained my focus on her. Eventually, I got through. And do you know the first thing she said to me, detective? Call the police. Immediately looking out for the museum. So selfless. To a fault. I went back to the foyer to do just that, but the tourist and the artist were there, begging that I release the lockdown. I didn't know who was responsible for this mess, so I brushed them off without much opposition and made the call. I see. Okay. And then... take your time, but not too much. I think that's it. Okay. Oh, look at this big boy. Hello. Oh. Hey, hold it right there. Did you pay admission when you came in? Oh, got you good, didn't I? A little security joke is all. Always good to be another agent of Lady Justice, detective. What can I do for you? I'm hoping you can assist my investigation. Oh, absolutely. Anything you need at the drop of a hat. Just by answering a few questions for now. I need to be clear that even as the museum guard, you aren't exonerated here. Of course, of course. I wouldn't have it any other way. Not only am I loyal to the law, I'm loyal to this museum, and the wrongs against it must be righted. Let's start with a few questions, if you wouldn't mind. 10-4, good buddy. Who are you? Not much to brag about in that department, detective. Well, what do you do in your free time? I like to keep up with various TV shows and movies, but don't we all? That's not very interesting. I read a whole bunch too. Talk about boring. I don't like this. You're trying to paint yourself like you're boring? I don't think that's boring. Honestly, I wish I had the time for more of that kind of thing. I used to say the same thing, believe it or not. But if you don't make time to enjoy things, there won't be much of you left. Just a couple whiskers in a suit. Words to live by. I mean, let's stay on topic. Do you have any family, friends? Couple buddies from back in the day, but started to feel like we were worlds apart, you know? A wife at home, but no kids. She has some great friends, longtime friends, and they call me friend. I'm alright with that. I understand. I'm an open book and full of pictures. You know how it's always like the ones that are too cooperative? What do you do? I keep the peace within these marble walls. Marble? A much more manageable scale than I'm sure you deal with, detective. On the regular, sure, but for tonight, we have that in common. Ha! You got that right. As far as my day-to-day is concerned, we don't really get much commotion around here. Was there a time when the disturbances were more typical? Oh, no, I guess not, but we have more people around overall, you see. Hey, if all else fails, maybe this whole debacle will get the museum some attention again. That's what I was saying! That'd be really something, huh? I suppose anything's possible. Why don't we discuss something else? Was there another one here? What did you do before? I worked as a policeman for a while, but not as long as was expected at the time. You certainly don't look like you've reached retirement age. Young for retirement, sure, but not that young. Most folks stay in the field for a long time. Wasn't for me, though. I grew up with police dramas and was big enough to deal with bullies, but the concept of bullies is a bit more difficult when you're an adult. Nail on the head, detective. Don't get me wrong. There were times when it was very clear. Just not always. Even instances that were clear in the beginning became murky down the road, or in retrospect. Eventually, parting ways with the Force seemed like the best decision. Or you got kicked out and you're just not telling us. I came to that conclusion sometime later. By that you mean it wasn't entirely your choice? Highly encouraged choice, perhaps. Ah, there. A tale that isn't too uncommon, I think. Could we discuss something else? Green to go ahead, detective. What were you doing? As per usual, I was hanging around the foyer, having a little chat with the curator. When things are especially slow, I might take a walk around the exhibits or get some fresh air, but I was feeling a little more lazy today. Oh boy, that doesn't sound too good, does it? I don't want you thinking I neglected my duties. Thing is, nothing seemed weird. It was a totally normal morning, afternoon, and evening. I understand. So none of the guests acted strangely? We get all walks of life, and I do my best not to judge one way or another, eh? So nah, not so much. And all things considered, this feels like poor circumstance to me, detective. I see. Interesting. Alright. What happened, from your perspective? The curator and I heard an argument upstairs. I was ready to go diffuse the situation, but the curator was hoping it would solve itself. I don't quite understand it, but in my experience, artists tend to hold strong opinions, so I trusted the curator's judgment call for a moment. But I made my way into the courtyard when it heated up. The fight was upstairs, though, so I just had to keep moving through. A few moments later, a gunshot, shattered glass soon after, and I didn't skip a beat. Some habits die hard, I guess. I got to Antiquities, found the guide, stopped in her tracks. Maybe I should have kept moving, but I had to make sure she was okay. Admirable, at the very least. I'm sure she appreciated it. You're probably right, but I wasn't actually much help. Nothing I could say had her come to. Called for the curator, since there was still the matter of whatever went down in natural history. Got there at about the same time as the podcaster, but she knew just as much as I did, and that wasn't much. Display case was already destroyed, so to save the diamond or the victim, I was too slow. Again. If there was anything left to do, it was call the police. Thankfully, the curator was already on the line, and things had mostly calmed down by then. Okay. So far, their stories are in line, right? About the alarm. The amazing thing is that it's real smart. It can tell who's who and do what it's gotta do. Real accurate, too. Certainly there's some downside to it, no? Nail on the head, detective. When it was installed, they told us it was a little slow. It doesn't make mistakes because for a computer it takes its time. Although for a person like you or me, that's still pretty dang fast. Just has to, I don't know, double check, I guess. Has a way of being selective, only locking down what's necessary and trying to minimize panic in a chaotic situation. Come to think of it, the actual sound of the alarm was supposed to be one of the more severe stages of lockdown. The old guy who used to work on it could tell you more, but we've never seen it in action before today. Try asking the curator. Wait, what is he talking about? That the alarm doesn't go off immediately? That seems important. Ah, detective. I trust the investigation is going well. Oh, I forgot these. What do you do? I manage the museum's staff, exhibitions, publicity, funding, and well, just about everything. Wouldn't it be easier to delegate some of that work? Well, you see, we simply don't have the extra revenue to accommodate that. The museum is struggling. While incredibly valuable to the human condition, a museum of this caliber is hardly ever profitable. Apologies for this sore subject. I simply don't enjoy the idea that one would look at what we do here and assume it's all that easy. It requires hard work and sacrifice, detective. It's not a sore subject, it's a harsh reality. Ooh. Okay, about the museum. Let me provide a brief overview of the layout. Ooh, nice. Do I get a map? Currently, we're standing in the museum's foyer, which has the only exterior doorway. In the east wing, there's no fire exits. In the east wing, we have the sculpture gallery featuring contemporary works. West wing is where we display works of natural history with geological and pre-civilization origins. The central connecting exhibit is the courtyard just to the north of us now. Okay. Further north, we have antiquities, host to several artifacts and art pieces spanning global cultures and eras. On the second floor, there is only one unique gallery, fine art, typically canvas. Of course, as you investigate, you'll notice there are balconies that look down into a few of the first floor exhibits as well. I hope that's helpful, detective, but you can always reference the brochure map. Ah, there we go. Very helpful, thank you. Do you mind if I ask a couple more questions? I don't know if I need more questions. No. Not yet. We're so cute! Can I look at this? Plaque reads MLL Orangatani by Konstantin Kranikusi. Expression of this piece is so complex. Notes of anger, hints of boredom, a dash of really need to itch my nose, and so many more. Yeah, I didn't see how to ask about the alarm yet. I might have to do something in my case files first to highlight it or something. The plaque reads, calf with a pearl earring. Johannes from Meerkat! You think the larger ears would be distracting, but the earring still really draws the eye. Vase with 15 sunflowers by Vincent from Girafo. Vincent van Gogh. Vincent from Girafo. Girafo. To think that he would go so far as to cut off one of his own ossicones. Is that like the little thing on a giraffe's head? Like not the ear, but the protruding bit? If only he knew how prolific his art would become. Don't knock over this vase. Plaque reads, semi-colored vase by Ai Weiwei. Do you think he dipped the vase in paint or just drizzled it on top? You know, I should have eaten before arriving to the scene. Oh. Plaque reads, The Sheaf by Henry Mafleece. I'm going to assume a sheaf is some sort of shrubbery, at the very least a leafy plant of some kind. Wait, I want to see. I keep forgetting I can change the camera angle. Plaque reads, Grey on Blue by Mark Ratko. Ratko. Deeper meaning of this one's beyond me, but in a good way. Yeah, I love that. That art. It's like, it's red and black, isn't it? Originally? Nighthawks by Edward Hopper. What I would give to sit alone at the dustiest bar in town, just staring at a half-empty glass of the finest aged milk. Ooh, aged milk? No, 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 no. Yeah, it is, right? Yeah. Isn't that the artist, the Red and Black, who, as his work progressed through his life, it got just darker and darker until it was just black? Or the red got darker and darker? I think something like that, like it got more and more depressing as he got older. The plaque reads, Water off the Back of the Duck's Neck by Jean-Michel Basquiat. Excellent and harrowing representation of the web-footed condition. Oh, this one. The Best Friend of Man by René Maparakite. Bowler hat, huh? Not many can make that work. Believe me, I've tried. Can we look at this vent? No. Okay, let's go in here first. Oh, who is this cutie? Oh, hello. Greetings, I'm Detective from Feline Forensics. Oh, don't let me get in your way. Oh, I'm actually here for you. What? I'm innocent, I swear. I mean, I'm here to talk to you. Some simple questions, really. There's no need to be so nervous, unless you have a reason to be nervous. I'm innocent. I swear. Oh no, I was just making a joke, trying to break the tension. I've been told I'm very dry, so please accept my apologies. It's okay, I accept. Thank you for questioning me, and please go about your duties. I will stay out of your way. I appreciate that, thank you. If I have any Wait, I haven't asked any questions yet. Ah, rats, I didn't think you'd realize. Fine, go ahead. I hate talking about myself. We really shouldn't. Who are you? You don't care about that, Detective. I'm just a little mouse. Nothing special. And like I said, also super innocent. I'm sure you are. So, you wouldn't mind if I searched your backpack, for instance? Why would you need to do that? I haven't stolen anything. I put it in my backpack if that's what you think. I was just kidding again. Why did you come to the museum today? I came here for a date, okay? And they stood me up. Is that what you want me to say? Don't you know how hard it is these days? With the apps and the mixers and the socializing and that being attractive. Not to mention the texting and the flirting and the leaving the house. Oh, don't get me started on having to go outside. It's dreadful, Detective. It's terrible. The only silver lining is that you can find places like this that are free to get stood up. Imagine having to pay for that type of embarrassment. Wait, actually, never mind. My apologies. I'm sure there's another topic we can discuss instead. Okay, Detective, if you say so. Okay, what do you do? I don't really make a living. I'm kind of unmaking a living, getting further and further in debt. Couldn't you tell from my distinct lack of sleep? I'm a student. Oh, I see. What are you studying? Game design. Oh, for the creativity of it, you know? Obviously, money. There's no denying that the tech industry is booming. It's just gonna keep growing and growing. Line go up, huh? Couldn't ask for more fantastic working conditions too. It's incredibly accessible, historically inclusive, diversity off the charts. I don't know. Stability? Look no further. Problematic behavior and business practice? Not here. Literally nothing to complain about. Not a thing at all. Actually, why don't we talk about something else? I think there was one more. No. Oh. Yeah. What were you doing? How far back should I go? I came in a few hours ago and started going through a few exhibits. You can skip ahead slightly. Right, of course. Totally. Well, I got to the natural history exhibit after a bit and started admiring all the artwork there. I could overhear what sounded kind of like an argument. I didn't give it much thought, minding my own business, but it started to get more intense. Didn't take long to realize it had escalated further than it should have. Everything spun out of control from there. I see. Okay. What happened? I couldn't tell what it was about, but I heard the argument upstairs was beginning to get physical. Bad things just kind of happen randomly nowadays, and better to not take any chances, you know? I got to the foyer, but that's when my suspicions were solidified. The sound of a gunshot! Pounced towards the door, and as I reached for the handle, the place went in total lockdown. I was scared, Detective. I felt cornered, trapped. I did the only thing I could think of. I retreated into the sculpture gallery to hide until things calmed down. I almost knocked over one of the sculptures in my haste. Thankfully, it wasn't too long until everything seemed out of control again. As in control-ish as it could be, I suppose. Let's change the topic, alright? I think that's it, though. Yeah. What is this? Looks scary. Mamony Longlegs. Louis Bourgeois. Even small and behind glass, I can feel my fur standing straight up. Yeah, I don't like the look of that one. Okay, hold on. I need to see if I could invert the camera. There we go. Yeah, there we go. Okay. I keep rotating it the wrong way. What is this? Stone Swirl by an unknown artist. Ah, I can see why they want it to be left anonymous. It looks cool though. Spore. Or a peaky nose. Plaque reads, gold blindfold on marble bust. Man with golden eyes. Reference to that spy thriller. I'm Baboon. James Baboon. Classic. The artwork's the funniest part yet. Plaque reads, in pursuit of wings by an unknown artist. How much of ourselves we relinquish in pursuit of our desires. This, I know this plight well, don't I? Plaque reads, vertical constellation with blob. Alexander Calamander. Oh, I see, it's a whale. Or is it a lion? Maybe actually, I don't see anything. Yeah, I don't see anything. Can I look at this one? This looks special. Plaque reads, Nostalgia on Cathode Ray Tube by Hayao Miyazebra. Hey, I get that reference. Gourd by Yayo. Oh, Gourd! Yayo Kuswana. Yeah, I know that Japanese artist. What's their actual name again? Oh, I forget. They do everything with like the dots over them. Japanese artists. I've never been a big gourd fan. Are they supposed to look this diseased? Kusama? I forget. Doesn't sound familiar. Petals of Metal. Old friend from New Pork City. New Pork City! Something like the hanging in a slat. Looks a bit tacky here too. Plaque reads Metal Angles. I almost read Angels by unknown artist. Dropped a bunch of cutlery in the garbage disposal, and that is a compliment. New Pork City. Balloon Dog by Jeff Raccoons. Hey there. Greetings, detective. Boy, am I glad you're here. Glad to be here, although not necessarily under these circumstances. Happy to help, nonetheless. Unfortunately, I don't think I am going to be much help. I'm a bit of an anxious rabbit, you see. Oh, that's okay. We can work through it slowly with whatever information we have. Oh, that's quite a relief. I know a lot about being a guide. Oh, is this the guide? Oh, yeah, the guide. But I'm afraid I just don't hold up under pressure, don't we all? I fall apart under pressure. Brain just stops working, like complete freeze. It is what it is, right? Of course, I'll need to ask a lot of questions. If I can't leave any stone unturned, but let me know if it becomes too much. Sounds like a great plan, detective. Great. Let's get to it. Who are you? Gosh, I don't tend to talk about myself much. After a few years, I think I'm still the museum's newest employee, but I've been into art history for a long time. Interesting. How do you spend your free time? Oh, nothing super exciting. I have a sweet tooth, so I bake a bunch. Enjoy a good period drama. I read when I can. What else? Considering your line of work, you never pursued the arts? Gosh, no. I mean, did I try watercolor once or twice? Yeah, but it was bad. Bad. Don't get me started on the charcoals and oil pastels and I have sitting in my closet. Bit of an impulse. Obviously, I still study art a lot, but no, never really like making much. Definitely not for everyone, including myself. Okay. What do you do? Current leader of education and guest relations here at the museum. If visitors have questions or they want a tour, I'm their bunny. Aside from that, I am also the youngest member of the team, so I try to manage our marketing and outreach. Curator and the guard don't really understand social media, you know. Nowadays, though, that's my least favorite part of the job. Internet can be a cruel place. I don't envy you in the least. Folks make fair points like about our exhibits, but they don't really understand how any of it works. They don't like that we keep art from cultures that aren't ours, and I don't disagree with them. Lots of people might never be exposed to those other cultures if we didn't. I don't know, it's complicated. Most of the world is these days, but why don't we discuss another point? There's one more thing maybe? Yeah. What did you do before? Just the most soul-draining corporate office work. I went to school for business, whatever that means. In retrospect, it felt like a bit of a scam. Not like I was passionate about any of it, but it was safe, or so they said. Are you passionate about what you do now? Absolutely. I wouldn't change a thing. At least no major thing, right? Sure, there are bigger museums and better pay, but I used to think that kind of thing way too much. I like the people here. I trust them, and they appreciate me. I get to inspire people's passions. Can't ask for more than that, I suppose. So for the guide, I'm getting 0 red flags. So maybe that's why they did it. Maybe they're too innocent. Let's see. Today's events. What were you doing? Before everything started to unravel, I was going about a normal day's business. More specifically, I was answering questions and offering tours to the various guests, but with varying success. That's not totally weird or anything, but the critic was the first to really engage at all. He had some questions about a sculpture, but then he started questioning my qualifications. Any particular reason? Maybe it was a distraction. We could overhear the old-timer shouting upstairs, but eventually he went upstairs to go check on him anyways. I figured it would diffuse itself and they'd come back down, so I went into antiquities, hoping I could escort them out for causing trouble. That didn't go as planned, unfortunately. I can see that. It all felt very sudden. I don't even really remember what happened. After everything had sort of resolved, or calmed down, the curator said someone had shot a gun in the museum. That seemed like a pretty difficult detail to miss with how loud it would be. Yeah, the noise. I think that's what sent me into shock. The next thing I remember was the curator's voice breaking through this haze. They were trying to get me to do my breathing exercises, and when I was responsive enough, they left to call the police. But I keep thinking that if the curator hadn't prioritized me, maybe the diamond wouldn't have been stolen. You shouldn't feel guilty. It's natural the curator would be concerned for you, especially over some priceless rock. A rock that, as far as we know, is still around here somewhere, and I'll find it. I guess you're right. Yeah, you're right. Thanks, detective. Oh, don't worry about it. You're cute, but maybe you're too cute. Maybe it's all a front. Okay. I think that's it. So there's paintings upstairs. I'll stay downstairs for now. Is this the... Oh, there's more. Somewhat patterned ceramic squares by Kaiser Squidswan. Or Switzwan? This reminds me of a game I played as a kitten with a timer on the blocks. Let's go this way. Is this the courtyard? Yeah. Now, who might you be? Howdy doody, Detective Rudy. Heh, doody. Please call me detective. I'm the investigator on this case. How are you holding up with all the commotion? Just tippy-topper, investi-copper. A little worried I'm getting behind on my itinerary, but I'll survive. An itinerary? Are you on vacation? You ding-dang bet I am. A nice long trip like I always wanted to. Just wasn't in the dealer's deck until recent. Call me a regular tourist because I know you gotta plan every stop. You know what they be saying, detective. Failing to plan is like planning to have a good time getting lost. Okay. I think we should get to the topic at hand. Righty-ho-ho, don't hold back. Hit me with your best shot. Who are you? I've gone by a lot of names, detective, but what you see is what you get. Just an old free spirit flying through the back half of life. Sounds quite nice, actually. Are you flying with any family? Oh, you really are good at this, huh? You always know how to ask. Of course, I've got family. Little brother and his sty of piglets. Dear me, does their mother have their who's full with them. She practically is sister to me, too. You say you're traveling. Is it difficult to be away from them? Stings the soul, that's for sure, but I try to send a postcard every couple of days and I've collected far too many souvenirs for him. When our pop would go out on business trips, he'd always bring little baubles back with him, so you know I gotta keep the tradition alive. I'm sure the kids love that too. Let's move on with something else for now. Righty-yo, don't hold back. What do you do? Nowadays, not much. I'll do some odd jobs when I get back from this big old vacation, but past that, no more grind for me. That's a fortunate position to find yourself in. How'd you manage that? That's a tough one, cat-tective. Long story short, my pops was into some particular business, at least until he died. I was a teenager then and my brother was even younger, so fending for ourselves wasn't much of an option. Luckily, Pop's work buddies took us in. When I got a bit older, I took over the operation he left behind. A decade later, we landed a pretty profitable contract and the rest is history. Sounds a bit shady, don't you think? He's not actually saying what the work is. Did your brother follow along as well? Muddy heavens, no! Heavens to Betsy. In fact, that's what kept my eye on the truffle. I didn't want him to get involved. That's admirable. Why don't we talk about something else? That sounds like you were in the mafia or something. About your business. Now that's a story, and I bet you don't want me to spare even the tiniest detail. Don't be afraid to abridge slightly if necessary. I'm just yanking your tail. Thing is, there's not much to say. I was a poor piglet told to pick himself up from his bootstraps, and I don't even wear boots. All told, I worked hard, but it was a couple lucky decisions and better company. Right places and left times, you know. I'm nothing if not a storyteller, and a good one at that, but I wouldn't want to put you into a catnap with the details. You're being evasive about what your work is. No manner of details will be enough to distract from the fact that you refuse to answer the question, or do you truly think I wouldn't realize? Look, Whiskers, simply put, some of those crowds weren't the most savory, but folks with deep pockets. Pops put us into some circumstances, then went off and oinked. It forced me into decisions I don't like having made. All that's important to know now is, well, I got more curls in my tails these days. I wouldn't make those choices again if I had to. I won't press the issue now, but I hope you understand that if I have some reason to suspect its relevance, I won't have much choice. Oh, I get it. Don't sound so stern, detective. If you think I'm running from something or into another, rest assured the worst of it already comes with me everywhere. So what were you doing during the incident? Let me tell you, much of the same I'm doing right now. Standing on my own two hooves, gazing at all these colors. At least until the podcaster came on through and started asking about my camera. They called it such an old school vibe. What about it was she interested in? I don't know. She was mighty excited. I let her look it over because I didn't see much harm in that. Took my eyes off it when the argument upstairs started becoming an issue, but she didn't seem shady or nothing. That's when things really started to kick off. Okay. So what happened? A whole lot if you ask me. Well, I guess you are asking me, aren't you? Ha! Much of it I wasn't privy to. Those two upstairs were in a bit of a brawl and one of them shot a gun. Instinctually, I stepped in front of the podcaster, but luckily I don't think anyone actually got hit. That was when we heard some glass smash in the other room. Wasn't there a murder? I thought someone did get hit. Heard some glass smash in the other room and the museum's alarm started blaring. Didn't think the sort of thing would still rile me up, but in that moment I must have been sweating something fierce, like someone splashed my back with a pail of water. I tried to tell the gal to save her own fur, but I don't know, maybe she was more invested than she let on, and I wasn't gonna carry her out. When I got to the foyer, the artist was already arguing with the curator about letting us out. I guess the alarm put everything on total lockdown. And I don't blame a single feather on them. They didn't know what was what. They just told us to stand by and wait for the police. Not my favorite gang to deal with, but I sat tight and that's all she wrote. Okay. About your camera. Oh, this old thing? It's been my trusty companion for ages. Been through some bumps and bruises, but nothing a good buff can't fix. Had a hearty crash today, didn't we, buddy? You didn't mention that in your testimony. What happened? Didn't I? I told you I let the podcaster look it over, right? When everything started to go sideways, the gunshot probably spooked her and she dropped it. A real clatter, too. Second biggest of the day, maybe. I don't want to ignore the obvious issue here, so why do you have a camera in here anyways? Surely the museum's policies would forbid it. Oh, don't worry, detective. I had it all cleared with the curator. They said it was fine as long as I didn't take any photos. There isn't even any film in here. Oh. Wait. Wouldn't that just mean that it's all for show? He's just pretending to be tourist? I think I have a few more talking points if you wouldn't mind. I think I'm done. Let me see if we got everything. Yeah, we got those. Okay, yeah, all done. Whoa. The plaque reads, "On the Essence of Color by Sir Rybert Krokstein von Lillipad de Wart the Fourth. In the nasty world of Noir Grey, be a crystal of color." It's so cool, yeah. It changes the whole color of the room. What color are you gonna do next? Orange? Or do I have to like shift it? It was a blue earlier. Oh, yellow? That's cool. Yeah, he seemed very shady. There is a victim. This definitely seems to be the epicenter of our case. Looks like the victim there, lying on their back just south of a destroyed display case that stands in the exact middle of the room. Several dotted blood splatters across the floor, along with a few pieces of what appears to be stone debris. Other artwork looks to be unaffected, and a witness at the scene. No shortage of places to start, so let's get to it. Can we have a look at the body? This has always been my least favorite part of the job. Victim presents male, likely mid-20s in age, or facial piercings, wearing a leather jacket. Initial signs show 2 impact wounds on the back of the head. All things considered, a minimal blood loss. Wait, 2 impact wounds? Nothing on his person. No wallet, keys, not even an ID. Poor guy. I'll figure out what happened here, don't worry. Can I look at any of the debris? This is the pedestal where the stolen gemstone was once displayed. What should I investigate here? The placard. The plaque reads, "Optimist Diamond, circa 1700. Where could you be hiding, precious little stone?" What was the other thing I could look at? Broken case. Classic smash and grab. There are stones strewn across the floor, so it's possible the thief used them to break the glass case. I'll put this statue chunk into evidence, just in case I can learn anything from looking it over. Doesn't seem like there's any other incriminating details here, though. Never that easy anymore, is it? Oh, it's like one of those Easter heads. Ah, what is that? Ooh! I knew there was something else here. While it may have broken further in the fall, it was certainly destroyed prior. Assuming at least that this is the flattened tip of some ammunition. I wonder where the casing is hidden. Finding that could help me track down the murder weapon. So what did we find? The flattened tip of a fired bullet. Found lodged within the broken stone pieces of a museum exhibit, this crushed bullet tip has no signifying features other than its caliber. Considering the size, our most likely conclusion is that it was fired from a pistol, impacted the art piece, and destroyed it. It's yet unclear if that was the intended target and where it was shot from. Okay. Big T-Rex. Plaque reads Tyrannosaurus skeleton of the Cretaceous period? Is that how you say that? Iconic dinosaur, but I much prefer the Stegosaurus. Even the Triceratops would rank higher, personally. Cool. That's a cool display. Collection of ancestor tools. I wonder what the predecessors would think if they saw what we could carve from stone nowadays. They probably think all those sculptures in the other exhibit were wildly impractical. Yeah, okay, John. I was thinking it. An Enedi Plateau cavern painting, 6000 BC. How could they possibly have transported this cave rock aren't even worth asking. That was my first thought. I was like, how did they get it here? Mosquito preserved in amber. Who knows what sort of horrible things this bug could be carrying. Ancient plagues, mind control curses, dinosaur theme parks. I suppose we should all consider ourselves lucky this wasn't the exhibit to break. Ooh. The music's so good, by the way. I really like it. Plaque reads, collection of pinned beetles originally researched in Eastern Asia. I'd rather not look at this too long. Oh, you don't like bugs? Collection of pinned butterflies. Research in North America. Okay. Oh! That's Legend of Zelda! That's the 3 stones from Ocarina of Time. This is the Deku tree one, and then the middle one is the volcano, and then the right one is the Zora. Spiritual Stones, circa 1998. Yeah, that's when Ocarina of Time came out. Legends say you can time travel 1 whole dog year with these. 7 years, yeah! Yay! I knew they'd have good taste. Plaque reads Mammoth Tusk. Imagine the size of the elephant folk attached to this. Oh, bunch of heads. Plaque reads collection of ancestor skulls discovered across multiple regions. So much about the ancient civilizations that we still don't know, and I guess we never will. Really makes you think. Plaque reads Amethyst Geode, sustainably sourced from Central Europe. Mother Goose's creations have such an unparalleled beauty. Oh, okay, so this is our next thing. What's that? Oh, I can't go. It's like a little note sticking out there. Earlier tonight, surprisingly had a day in the, and eventually from the amidst the chaos, staff included the loyal, knowledgeable, eccentric, the bitter, distinguished, anxious, jolly, and reserved. Oh, I have no idea. Okay, let's talk to this person. Hi, detective. I just want to say it's like so awesome to meet a real almost somewhat famous Philadelphian investigator in person. And I absolutely cannot wait to tell you all about my show. Would you be willing to do an interview? Oh, the podcaster? Your show? Gasp sharply. I'm a true crime podcaster. It's called Trails of the Dark and Desperate. And this episode's about to go hella viral. Wait. Are you recording right now? No, I didn't bring my equipment. Oh, what an absolute rookie mistake. Like 5 listeners an episode level amateur. By the way, you should seriously subscribe. You have your phone on you, right? Just let me look myself up and hit the button quick. No big deal. Actually, don't keep a mobile phone on me. Personal technology would be a distraction at the crime scene. Oh, that is actually so sad. Okay, we have things to discuss. Let's stay on topic. Who are you? Oh, come on, detective. I told you about my podcast. Are you saying you didn't go and read my bio? If you are not a big reader, watch my daily vlog. That'll give you the general vibe. Well, it was gonna be daily, then it was weekly, now it's just kind of whatever. The last one is pretty old, so it'll be out of date, but apologies. But I'm not gonna watch your vlog, so please, if you could provide a brief answer to the question, that would be appreciated. Ugh, rude. The least you could do is submit your questions to my Word vlog. You can do it anonymously if you want. I'm sorry, but this isn't a vlog, isn't a vlog just a video blog? So a Word vlog is a normal blog. Actually, never mind. I've learned plenty. Let's change topic. What do you do? I have a true crime podcast called Tales of the Dark and Desperate. So make sure to totally obliterate that subscribe button so you don't miss an episode. Wait, haven't I told you about this already? You have. I was asking about what you do in a professional sense. Are you trying to say that what I do isn't professional enough? Huh, gotcha. Oof, too easy, detective. I work at a coffee shop, but that's like so boring. Punch in, punch out, you know how it is. But after this episode absolutely pops off, I'm gonna quit so fast, or at least like quiet quit. I still need health insurance or whatever. Oh, of course. Why don't we talk about something else? I think that was it for... Oh no, about true crime. You have quite a passionate interest. Why is that? Oh, I know a trick question when I hear one, detective. Of course I love crime. Crime solving. Crime solving? Do you have a background in criminology? That sounds like a question I can only answer behind the paywall. Did you know you can unlock great perks like this on my Patreon? That won't be necessary. By the long paw of the law, let's stay on topic. Well, you know, true crime is trendy, so that was a good start. But then, I don't know, it was genuinely fascinating. In all honesty, I'm pretty normal, and my life has been, like, pretty easy. There's people out there that have definitely not have it easy. Trying to step into the shoes of a criminal is one thing, but thinking about everyone around them? That's different. It's just easy to think this wouldn't happen to me, until it does. True crime lets you really reflect on unrealistic situations that are very real. That's actually quite insightful. If you want to know more, make sure to wickedly whack that follow. Alright, let's see. So what were you doing? I was mostly just wandering around, but when I got to the courtyard, I saw the tourist had this dope retro camera. We were just kind of going back and forth on old school photography. I always trip over photography techniques. Stuff like that was huge on Finstagram. Finstagram. A couple of years ago. Then we got interrupted by that argument. He handed me the camera while he tried to break it. Well, he tried to break it up from down here. Oh, he didn't say that, did he? But they weren't interested in listening. I assume you gave the camera back to him at some point, yeah? Oh yeah, for sure, but not right away, because things really started getting out of control. So what happened? Oh my gosh. I remember it so vividly. If only I was recording. My audience really likes authentic audio. Oh, that gunshot would have got so many upvotes. Blammo! That's when things really popped off, you know? I couldn't really see much up there though, and when the guard ran through, he and the tourists were so frantically scattered, I pretty much tuned them out. Besides, we all heard glass break in the next room over, and I needed to get a first-hand account of things, famous for the fawn-hearted detective. I ran from the courtyard and saw the punk lying there. It seemed like he fell from the balcony. I rushed over to check on him, but he was so dead. What of the diamond? It was already gone. I explained that to the guard when he came in, then I guess he went off to search for it someplace else. I figured with the alarm going off, I wouldn't be able to leave anyway, so I just sat tight and waited in here. Okay. I think I have some follow-up questions. Let's see. The guard. He said you both entered the exhibit simultaneously, but this contradicts your testimony. Why the inconsistency? I don't know what you want me to say, detective. I told you everything I know. I came in, saw the diamond was gone, took a quick look over the body, and the guard came running in after. If I was gonna lie, wouldn't it make more sense for me to agree with the guard? I'm admitting to have no witnesses. I suppose you're right. So the diamond really was missing when you arrived. Yeah. Okay, fine. I'll ask some different questions instead. I think that was everything for this one. Yeah. Oh, no, oops. Additional details. Only if you subscribe! Just kidding. You mentioned the victim already had fallen from the balcony above. Did you do any closer examination than that? Why do you ask? Thing is, he didn't have anything on him. Not even a wallet, no ID. Doesn't that seem strange to you? Oh, detective, that's because I, gathered them for you ahead of time, so you wouldn't miss anything. Is that so? Tampering with a crime scene can be a serious offense, you know? But it wasn't tampering. It was assisting. I know about standard procedure, so I was just went ahead and did it for you. Ooh, that's all it was, huh? Lying to an authority of the law is also quite an offense. Okay, I took his stuff because it would have been amazing promo material. You can't blame me for trying to fabricate a viral sensation, detective. Dude, that's a dead body you're talking about. Besides, what if he had been stabbed and I needed to stop the bleeding? That logic doesn't even... You know what? I've got other things to discuss with you. Okay, let's see. The camera. You mean the tourist's camera? The thing was so nice. I wish I could afford one, but they're so vogue right now. Yeah, that one. You mentioned looking over it. Did you notice if it had any film? Oh, it must have. Didn't I tell you what happened when I dropped it before? Neither of you mentioned dropping the camera, no. No, he mentioned that she dropped it. Whoops, silly me. Well, remember the gunshot, right? Blammo, all that? That didn't bother me at all, I guess. But then with the glass shattering, the alarm went off, and that's what got me. The noise made me jump, and whew, that was when the camera just dropped right out of my little hands. My tiny fingies. When it hit the floor, there was a big flash, so it probably took some sort of photo. Well, can't a film camera take pictures without film in it? Can it just go off anyway, but it just isn't recorded on any film? I got it back to him all in one piece before he even noticed. Everything afterwards went pretty much the same as I told you before. That's certainly an interesting wrinkle. I may have a few other inquiries to make before I continue investigating this. Whatever you need, detective. Okay. It's just a flash. It has memory. Well, if it's like a traditional film camera, I don't think it might not have memory. Oh, Dali? The Temptation of Saint Bernard by Selva Border Collie. What was it about very tall elephants potentially stomping on him that was so tempting for Saint Bernard? The drugs. Actually, I think I get it. Lots and lots of mushrooms. The plaque reads Lake Contours Hakone by Hiroshi. I hope to see the other 52 works by this artist someday. A bit strange they would be split up the collection at all, honestly. Yeah, they tend to do that. Oh, look at this fancy crocodile. Man's Best Buddies by Keith Haring. Look at these two normal friends with no implications at all. Yeah, right. I'd need to have catnip for brains to think something that outrageous. Oh, what's that? Mostly Grey Kana by Georgia. Oh, beef. Oh, is this, oh, what's he called again? Fuck. The guy who, like, shreds his own work when it gets sold. Banksy, that's it. Yeah. Love is in the Litter by Banks B. Art isn't in the paper or the paint. It's in the little shredder inside the frame, I think. Plaque reads, composition with dark gray, lighter gray, white and yellow by Pete Mandriel. Some might argue that this in its simplicity isn't real art, and I'm not some people. No, it's great. Is that Sunday Afternoon on the Island of Le Veloujat by Georges Chibat. Don't know. I was thinking Monet, but that's not it. Just don't see this level of decorum these days. Oh, and a dog. Hello. The Water Lily Pond by Claude Monet. There's Monet. But neigh as in a horse's neigh. Remind me of my days as a kitten when love was in the air. Oh, how I miss you. Plaque reads Head of a Sheep by Pablo Picasso-Wari. Dichotomy of Ram and Ewe inside us all. It's exquisite. Who should we talk to first? Dog or gator? Brave Little Teacup was the first. Gator. I say, what matter of drab fashion is approaching me? And a detective sent to investigate this series of unfortunate incidents. Heavens, you should speak to your department about acquiring better uniforms. This is not a uniform. It's just one of my suits. Are you to imply that these are your actual clothes that you purchased with money willingly? I would appreciate if we could get to the questioning now, please. Huh. Oh, relax. I'm a bit of a critic, but I'll do my best not to get in your way. I'll likely take a few jabs at you, though. How could I not, with those shoulder pads? Huh. What? No, seriously, I'm on your side here. Don't worry about it. Let's just get started, shall we? If you must, don't let me stop you. Usually I charge for this sort of service. I'm a collector. I'm a connoisseur. Some would call me a cultural innovator. But that title is just far too garish, even if it is entirely true. And this is what brought you to the museum today. There are wonderful pieces here that I would love to call my own, but no, I'm not making any purchases. My accountant wouldn't like that very much. Correct me if I'm wrong, but exhibits at a museum aren't usually for sale. Huh, spoken like a true member of the middle class. Everything is for sale when you have enough money. Am I to assume this applies to you? I've written for the most prestigious organizations. These scales have rubbed against the best of them. You should consider yourself blessed if I'm not more offended that you should even ask who I am. Then why don't I ask a different question? Family? A traditional family? No, but I have someone close to me, if that's what you mean. Would you not consider them family? I would, but that partnership was founded in a different time, and unfortunately there are still many similarities between now and then. Besides, when you've become larger than yourself and people believe you are only how they sculpted you, there's a lot to lose if they betray their perception. If I'm to interpret your meaning, isn't the artistic industry quite progressive? For an artist at his easel, yes. For a writer at their typewriter, yes. For a musician with their instrument, yes. But for any of them with a need to live, to eat, to succeed, they must be ruled by money. And the people with money far above even my station, they do not understand the meaning of progress. So no, I suppose I don't have much family. Most of us can afford to. Money. I'm sorry to hear that. Would you mind if I asked another question? If you must! Why did you decide to visit today? Oh, the curator practically begged me to come and write about it on one of my columns. I visited before, many years ago, and the article I wrote back then was an unbelievable success. Although, considering the terrible fate before us, I don't know that anything I write will speak highly enough. You mean the murder-turned-museum heist? Is that it? No, detective. I'm talking about irrelevancy. And worse yet, the curator has resorted to committing the cardinal sin, the display of counterfeit art. It's just painful. What do you mean? That would be quite the accusation. They're duplicates, simple as that. Ooh, do you think secretly they've been selling art pieces on the black market to make sure the museum stays open? How else could one acquire such a diverse catalogue? In fact, I've already noticed two, and well, when there's two, there must be a third. That's just proper writing, detective. Right, well, okay. I think that was it for here. Yes. Oh, I keep pressing B accidentally. Today's events. What were you doing? As you do in a museum, I was taking my jolly good time looking over the many exhibits alongside the old-timer. When we made our way into the sculpture gallery, I decided to strike up a conversation with the guide. Oh, it's you. Of course, I can't resist an expert discussion. This is the person who, started asking the guide, weird questions about personal things. Questioning their experience. An old-timer has far less patience for that sort of gallivanting, so he took off upstairs. Perhaps I shouldn't have let him go off on his own. I don't know what it was that they argued about, but it must have struck a nerve. I think that's when our evening started to go south. Okay. There isn't much for me to say on the topic, but I suppose it began with the old-timer argument upstairs. It sounded like he was in the fine art gallery. I started moving that way, but when I was just about there, I heard a blunt slam. I'd hoped that the argument didn't turn violent, but I was quickly losing faith in that theory. Before I knew it, there was that wretched bang. A gunshot, with glass shattering not long after. I was concerned for the well-being of the old-timer, so I continued outward towards the balcony after him. By then, the brawl had concluded. The old-timer was clearly worn out. He was breathing heavily and had a couple of scrapes, but he seemed okay. I shuffled him back into the fine art gallery and tried to ignore the rest of the cacophony down below. It calmed down soon after, and now you're here. Okay. That's it. Strike that from the record. Ha! So is this the old-timer? Oh, yeah, you are. Hello? Yes, I know who you are. Fantastic. Let's get started. Well, I'm waiting on you. Get started. I'll finally get to go home. Standing on these floors is a killer for an old-timer like me. There's a bench just over there if you... I don't need a seat! You think I need some handout from you? Do you know who I am? I didn't mean to offend. I just... Look, detective, get to the interrogation or whatever you have to do so I can get out of here. Fine, yeah, wonderful idea. Let's just do that. Yeah, it's an arrow pointing down for going to the next floor. How much longer is this gonna take? Who are you? You really have to ask, huh? Tells me everything I need to know about you, detective. Well, in this case, I am the one who needs to know, so why don't you just answer the question anyway? I'm a retiree of the art world from back when folks respected the craft. I saw success beyond my wildest dreams. I was in galleries, exhibitions, auctions for rates higher than you or your kittens would see in an entire lifetime. Point is, I was at the top, and I wasn't making way for nobody. You had to be cutthroat back then. Don't even get me started on all this crowdfunding. Sir, I don't think... for what reason did you step down from such a high pedestal? Couldn't keep up. Is that what you want to hear? My hands started going first and, well, I quit while I was ahead. I see. Well, okay. What do you do now? Retired? What kind of question is that? Are you one of them half-rated gumshoes, detective? That's an offense term, too? In my advanced age, I don't do much of anything, and with my advanced wealth, I don't have to. That's what it means to be retired, not that you would know. I might do some consulting from time to time or attend an event, but all that chasing tail, that's for the young pups. After everything I've given to the art world, I keep on giving. What do you think about that, huh? You wouldn't get it. Maybe start asking some questions with answers you can actually use. Damn. So rude. About the museum. What about it? Despite a few amateur missteps, it's a respectable institution. What would you consider a misstep? Don't get me started on how much modern garbage they have on display these days. I understand art can't be entirely without business, but there are lines you just don't cross. Okay, boomer, yeah. Betraying the greats by hanging their most prestigious pieces next to these finger painters? That's across the line. Do you ever have any of your pieces on display here in the museum? That's a leading question, detective. Don't believe for a second I don't see what you're trying to do. If you must know, even at my peak, no, the curator refused to exhibit any of my works. I had plenty of other exhibitions and we've always been on good terms. I don't hold it against them. So don't leave this conversation thinking I've got some sort of vendetta. That would be a ridiculous notion, wouldn't it? Maybe I should ask a different question instead. Okay, that section is done. Today, let's see. What were you doing? Am I outspoken, detective? Are you answering my question with a question? The answer is no. I am resolute, firm in my opinions, because I know they're correct. I still have yet to see how this ends. There I was with the critic. We were looking over the various pieces in the sculpture gallery. The critic wanted to discuss with the guide, so I let them be, made my way upstairs into fine art. That's when I saw him, all these disgraceful misuses of canvas, and the punk that followed soon after looking for a fight. He must have seen me wrinkle my nose at some painting, and, well, he didn't know what tree he was barking up. What tree was that? An old wizened willow, detective, one that weeps for the way things used to be. Intriguing, to say the least. I believe I have some more questions then. About today's event. What happened? I remember it like it was yesterday. Because it was today! Ha! I got you, didn't I, detective? In fact, it was about an hour ago. How could I forget? I'm old, but I ain't that old. That punk wanted to yank my tail, but when I barked back, he must have got scared. Pulled a gun on me! Always knew I had some bite left, and we got into a real scuffle. Took us out onto the courtyard balcony. He threw me into a wall and I swung back at him. He tried to take me out, but his aim was bad. Missed by a mile. Must have been new to it too. The kickback gave me a chance to disarm him and then he ran off. Critic came to check on me soon after. I told him I was fine. Unscathed, in fact. Then the alarm went off, but I didn't have anything to do with that. I'm glad you're alright. Huh. So, where's this balcony? How do I see the balcony? How do we check our map? Because it said I had a map, right? Like a folder? Wait, what is this? Where did I find... Oh, these are his belongings. True Crime Podcast. So she gave me a podcast thing as well. Is this medication? Okay, there's something. Oh, there. Oh, of course. I knew there was something else here. This receipt. Why would he have paid twice? As far as I'm aware, he didn't come in with anyone, right? Since I can't question him directly, I'll have to ask around some more. Oh, so the punk came with someone else? Ooh, look at that. I have a bunch of things. Meeting our suspects. I don't think I've met everyone yet. The little doodle monkey versus dog. So cute. Okay. The thieves took destructive measures to seal the jewel. Or did they access the security camera, maybe? Okay. Caught on film. Cause for alarm. Guess that the museum didn't recall hearing an alarm, but I should continue to learn more. Interesting. Okay, and then we have... Oh, look at all the tabs! The icons are so cute! Oh, look at this. Oh, and then the... See how there's one red circled icon? I think like that's something I can work with. So we're still missing 2 points on the punk. And then the tourist is something we haven't discussed. Oh, because we probably need to go back and ask about the film camera. He entered the museum alone and began touring the various exhibits, starting in the natural history exhibit. I can dispute this with evidence. The receipt. Ah, I see. That makes sense. As far as I can tell, he did enter alone, but with one extra detail. He paid enough for 2. Anyone would assume this is just an act of kindness, but can we claim that for certain? I guess we would have to go back to the rooster to ask about that. There was one more somewhere. He arrived at the exhibit at the same time as the podcaster, who didn't seem to know much about what had happened. How would we dispute this? Could give him the benefit of doubt, but the podcaster's account just doesn't line up. I can't think of an obvious reason he would lie, but it would be best if I asked him directly. Okay, I think I did it. That's all the artist. Okay, that's a froggy. There's one person we haven't met yet. Let's just have a look here. Oh, we definitely haven't been here. There's Froggy. You covered in paint. Okay, let's look at all the art first. Plaque reads, statue of a small Horus circa 3000 BC. My favorite avian god, just very tiny. Sarcophagus of Tutankhamun. Tutankhamun. I was like, wait, what's the animal part? Despite being the youngest puppy pharaoh, he was still a big cat fan. Who could blame him? Excuse me, sorry. Admiring the art first. Ceremonial masks. Nice to see representation. Does beg the question why all these cultural monuments are stuck in the Philadelphia Museum. Rug of crystal trading post. Entirely handmade, still so intricate. Real artistic marvel. Oh, the horse head. Apophylo Belvedere. The statue depicts him as a horse, a classic example of trying to erase his true oxen heritage. Ooh, cool. Terracotta tiger. Just one warrior immortalized in clay, but historians believe over 8,000 exist. Watched a documentary that was very educational until they said they'd wake up and take over the planet for their alien overlords. Rabbits of the court in the garden. Like I can hear the cicadas buzzing all around me and the clunking of that little bamboo fountain thing too. A deer scare is what that is. Plaque reads Nataraja. Nataraj. How do you say that? Nataraja. Maybe? I remember visiting some distant family when I was a kitten. My father took me to a temple with a statue like this. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. I don't know. Corinthian, black spotted pottery. Greeks truly had a way of life. Very smelly, I'm sure, but also very sophisticated. Okay, I think that's everything. Greetings. Hello, I'm the detective tending to this case. I am aware of this. You're from Feline Forensics. Yes, I am. Good, you're familiar. You may ask me a few questions. First of all, how did you know about me? Was it the tie? I tried to go with something more neutral, professional, insightful even. Maybe it's my suit. Shoulders are very padded. Is it the suit? Too private eye? It was not the tie, detective. So it was the suit. It was also not the suit. I'm just aware of you, generally speaking. Good marketing, perhaps. And besides, I simply prefer to be aware. An artist must observe the world. I hope that proves useful. Let's begin. Whatever it takes, detective. I regret to inform you, who I am is not important. I am unimportant. In the grand scheme of things, as it pertains to the situation around us, those details will not bring you closer to case closed. Why don't you humor me, as if I were asking a stranger, not a detective. As a stranger. I'm a washed-up failure of creative amphibian. As soon as I had hands, my parents couldn't keep enough paper in the house. I'd hoard every marker and paint I could find. Clay was my best friend. My imagination was insatiable, so I didn't have time for anyone or anything else. That doesn't sound like a failure to me. Insatiable may beget experience, but it does not equate to talent. Is that a sufficient answer, detective? Indeed. I hope you don't mind answering some other questions for me. What do you do? Since my art career became an artifact of the past, I found myself in several professions. Nowadays, I work under a contract agency. They have me doing temp work placements. Many placements are undesirable, unfortunately, but it pays the bills and I can keep a fair bit of time for myself. Do you still create art? Yes. I don't believe I could ever truly give it up, but inspiration strikes less frequently. That's why I decided to come to the museum today. Ah. And I found some inspiration, but time will tell. The paint must dry, as they say. They do say that, don't they? On to the next question. About all that paint that you're covered in. This is my favorite coat. Are you suggesting that just because I got some paint on it, that suddenly it means that it can no longer be a coat? It was a bit cold today. I needed to wear a coat. I am not warm-blooded, detective. Do you want me to be cold? I didn't say that, no. Besides, it makes the coat more unique. Do you think he tried to hide blood on his coat with paint? No one in the whole world has this coat but me. I could see the allure in something like that. Would you say you strive to stand out? I think most people do, myself included, and yet I frequently feel invisible. It's as if people just don't see me, even if I'm standing right there. Makes one feel quite lonely, to say the least. Forgotten. My apologies, I believe I've strayed from your inquiry. Okay. Today's events. What were you doing? Hate to break it to you, but my prior behavior has little impact to the case. I was just wandering around the various exhibits, observing. Specifically, I was counting the bones of those hanging skeletons from the Natural History exhibit's balcony. Oh, you were on the balcony? Then again, I did spend some time on the courtyard balcony as well, mesmerized by the pendulum colorful sway. Oh, I was mesmerized by that too. Considering my proximity to the fine art gallery, I overheard the argument as it began and I departed the upper floor. I got all that written down now, so thank you. Okay, oops, wrong section. This one. What happened? I'll begin with the argument. I was nearby and didn't want to get involved. By the time I made it to the lower courtyard, I heard the gunshot. They're all saying the argument, but no one is saying what the argument was about, right? I don't think anyone has said the topic of the argument yet. I attempted to make my way out of the museum entirely, but the guard came hastily through the room and bumped into me. I eventually got through, made my way to the foyer. Unfortunately, the door was already locked down. I imagine it was the result of the alarm being tripped. The museum has a sophisticated security system, it seems. And there wasn't anyone else around? Initially, no. When the tourist arrived from behind me, I told him we were stuck. Even when the curator came back, they refused to open the door. The tourist passionately opposed their decision, but eventually stood down. We waited in our respective exhibits until you arrived. Thank you for the detailed recount. Okay. I think that's everything. Oh no, the guard. When I collected his witness testimony, he neglected to mention anything about bumping into you in the courtyard. That doesn't surprise me, detective. Don't you remember what I said before? Even with all this paint, people just don't see me. You did say that, huh? I suppose I didn't quite grasp the severity of it. It's not uncommon either, I assure you. If you have any doubts about my honesty in the situation, I can present my perspective in greater detail. Your testimony is entirely plausible, especially considering the frantic nature of tonight's event. Really? I feel like he really stands out with the purple coat, like the paint coat. I feel like that makes them more noticeable. Okay. That'll do. I think that's everyone. Oh, it opened this now. I guess I got new keywords. We have so many keywords. We also have the last entry. Okay, but nothing is red, so nothing stands out at the moment. Oh, no, there's one. The guard. When a gunshot was heard, he stormed off into and through the courtyard towards the shocking sound. So that is the artist. Can go against that. The guard didn't move straight through the courtyard. He bumped into the artist on the way. While that might seem minor, the most minor details can turn an entire case upside down. Cool. Anything else? We're still missing some stuff on the punk. But that's it. And the punk and the tourist. Okay. We might have to go talk to them again. Private Eye, he watching you. About your camera. We've been over that already, haven't we, Detective? There ain't much more to say. Well, there's one particular detail I think we should go over again. You weren't using that camera at all tonight, correct? Of course, security would have had my head if I was. There ain't even any film in here. Then how come, according to the podcaster, the camera's flash went off when she dropped it? You should take a beginner's photography course. Just because the flash goes off doesn't mean it actually took a photo. That's what I said. But if you're so confident in your theory, then how about you check it out yourself? You can take my camera as evidence as long as I get it back. It's empty, you'll see, but full of sentimental value. I'll make a note to return it once the case is closed, unless, of course, I discover something incriminating. That should tell you just how much I trust you to do the right thing, Detective. Here you go. I appreciate your cooperation. Now, could I get your input on some other topics? I don't think I need any, though. Let me double check. Okay, that's done. The music is good. Bum, bum, ba, ba. Okay. See if we can examine the camera. Yes, we can. Something here. Oh, the bump maybe from dropping it? The scuff mark? Oh? No? No film? Of course, I knew there was something else here. Or rather, there isn't. I mean, he could have taken the film out and hid it in a pocket, though. Just saying. Sometimes that can be just as important. If I had to bet, this is probably another case of someone's sticky paws. Sticky paws. That's what I always say. The stickiest paws. Okay, cool. Ooh, purple! Alright, so I think we had something to ask the guard. Ooh, look, lots of new questions about the artist. Do you recall having encountered him earlier, perhaps in the courtyard? That's a tough one, eh? Tourist was there and the podcaster. Oh, you know what? The artist was in the courtyard. Come to think of it, when I was barreling through to get to the brawl upstairs, I nearly tripped over my own two paws. Or so I thought, but now that you mention it, yeah, I must have been him that I was stumbling over. Such a silly thing for me to forget, ain't it? Oh, sorry, Detective. I guess my memory is a bit hazy after the whole debacle got out of control. Apology accepted, and understandable. As you know, that's not terribly uncommon. Why don't we discuss something else for now, then? The podcaster. You saw her in the natural history exhibit. Did you suspect that she could have stolen it, then? Initially I did, yes, but she was quite quick to explain herself, and it all made sense to me. She told me she had come from the courtyard just a moment prior in response to the sound of breaking glass and a loud thud. That would have been the gemstone being stolen and the victim falling from above. Considering the timeline, there wasn't much she could have gotten up to. Wait, so the gem got stolen before the thud of the guy falling? Hate to break it to you, but she did have a few moments before you arrived. Not enough to steal the jewel, of course, but she did steal the victim's belongings. Oh no, you don't say. Ah, man, I knew I should have been more strict with her. I was just so concerned with calling the police and getting things under control. Well, your motives were understandable. This could have been avoided with a bit more diligence. Sounds familiar, Detective. I'm sorry about that. Thankful you're setting things right. Working on it, at least. Let's run through a few more questions, shall we? Absolutely. I'm an open book, full of pictures. And then we can ask about the guide. You can rewind the film at any time. Could the monkey been trying to stop the thief? So the monkey had 2 blows to the back of the head, right? It being 2 is confusing to me, but I feel like someone hit them over the head and then they fell off the balcony as a result. Maybe the second thing, the second bump on the head is them falling to the floor. I think it's 2 people working together, maybe? You mentioned in your testimony that you discovered her in the antiquities exhibit, stunned from the sound of the gunshot. As much as you know about her condition, do you think it's possible she could have been unaware of your presence at that moment? Oh, I hadn't really considered that, but I bet you're right. I can't reiterate enough how much I really did try to help, but the curators always had a lighter touch, so calling for them was the best call I could make. I agree. I don't think you did anything wrong. I just needed to corroborate those 2 stories. So thanks for that. Okay, I think that's it for the guard. Let's see. So the tourist still has some open stuff. Punk does. Oh! After it clattered to the ground, she recovered the camera and returned it to the tourist. Thankfully, it was completely intact. What do we dispute about that? Didn't the tourist say that it was, like, scuffed? Oh, no. Isn't she leaving out an important detail? If I had something tangible to prove that, I could find out why. What do you guys think? The film? Oh, maybe the camera. I see. She returned the camera, but not without a case of sticky paws. In an attempt to get more promotional material for her podcast, she swiped the film while the tourist was distracted. But why would the tourist be in on that? Oh, I love the music. It's so good. See if we can ask them. The camera. How familiar are you really with the process of film photography? Not too much, but you can learn anything on YouTube nowadays. Oh, you think I'd Uber boost my followers if I did? Is that why you were so interested in the camera? Well, I've got it right here, but with some bad news. It's empty after all. No film to be found. But he told you it was empty, right? You said that, right? So no surprise there. Of course, after all, photography isn't usually allowed in a place like this. Huh, duh. You're super right. What a shame. Cold trail. Anyways, totally moving on. No, humor me for a moment. Let's say he did have film in it and was taking photos he shouldn't have been. Someone taking it off his guilty conscience would be quite fortuitous, wouldn't you say? Fine, I have it. You can take the film. You're killing me, detective. Just know I only took it to make some promotional material for my podcast. You gotta always be on that grind, and it would have been perfect. Honestly, I'm starting to think the podcaster murdered this person just for the views. I would say I understand, but the bottom line is I have a case that needs solving. So we should move on to some other inquiries. Okay, I think that's it though. Yeah. So we can take a look at the film. Can we develop it? To find a way to actually develop it and see what secrets are still to be revealed. Ooh. But would the museum have a room like that? Should we try and fill in some of the blanks? Cotton film. In its current form, however, the film isn't of much help. Perhaps someone at the department can have it developed. Oh, oops. I meant to press this button. Okay, is there anything we can make sense of? Because we've spoken to everyone now. So, staff, led by the curator. Okay, we can do this, I think. The curator is the owner, right? It's included the loyal guide. Or knowledgeable guide. The guide is the knowledgeable one. Who's the loyal one? The guard? The loyal guard? But what kind of staff? Museum staff? Ooh. That's a good idea. Let's see if that's correct. Oh, it's not everything, I guess. But I think I'm pretty happy with that. Led by the curator, the museum staff also included the loyal guard and the knowledgeable guide. Suspects and witnesses included the eccentric, bitter, and distinguished. Okay, let's go to the people. The old-timer was really bitter, right? Eccentric artist? Distinguished critic? Oh, you think he's eccentric? Because who else is distinguished? The old-timer? But the old-timer was the really, like, mean one, so I think he's the bitter one. He was really like, pah, you're wasting my time. I would say maybe eccentric is the podcaster, because they're kind of, like, wild. Anxious is the mouse, who was the student. Jolly. Maybe Jolly is the tourist, because he was very, like... Hey, Detectoroonie. And then the reserved. Who's reserved? Artist? That is the one we haven't used yet. Yeah! Wow, perfect immediately! Hell yeah! That's so nice. Alright. Let's see. Earlier tonight... Oh yeah, you guys can see that bit. Let me move down for a bit so you can read the top of the page. Earlier tonight, the something in the something with the something who surprisingly had a something. A gun? Someone surprisingly had a gun, right? Gemstone in the museum. Earlier tonight, the gemstone in the gemstone something. Oh, it's 2 words. Gemstone artifact? In the glass case? Monkey had a gun and the old timer took it. Someone from someone took it. We can't do that. Or someone hid the gun, maybe? With the monkey who surprisingly had a gun. Where's the monkey? Oh, the punk. Earlier today, the gemstone artifact in the... I think this is wrong. I think this isn't gemstone artifact. This is about... This is the old timer started arguing with the punk, right? Old timer. Do we have argued? Oh, oops. Oh, no, that's fine. Yeah, argued. Early tonight, something something in the... Oh, that's not correct, actually. Maybe the old-timer argued in the with the punk? In the upstairs museum? The old-timer argued that the orange squiggly was a good sign. Locations. Earlier tonight, the old-timer argued in the... Was it antiquities? No, it was in the fine art? Maybe. Let's see. Yes! Whoa, we did it. Earlier tonight, the old-timer argued in the fine art exhibit with the punk, who surprisingly had a gun. They... what in the what? And eventually... Stabbed, retreated. I think maybe you could do maybe that the old timer retreated because he got pulled away by the critic, right? Eventually the old timer retreated from the scene. Then they fight on the balcony. Yeah, I'm a little confused about it as well, but they did mention that they were fighting in the fine art section, and then old timer goes away, and then the punk eventually falls from the balcony into the antiquity section, I think. Retreated from the fine art. Oh, yeah, we could repeat that. That's true. Fine art exhibit. But what did they do then? They haha in the haha. Oh, eventually the punk fell from the balcony. Well, then we need two words here, though. The punk something from the something something. I think here it's... Oh, is it... Oh, you're talking about this here. Here, the punk... Someone pushed the punk from the balcony? Courtyard balcony. Ooh, that's a good idea. Could try that. Yeah, maybe pushed. Do we have balcony? Do we not have balcony? We also don't have pushed. Say the lower paragraph is about the gem. There is this little gem icon, isn't there? I was thinking that's why I had hid here. Someone hid the gem from the... That could be that as well. Someone hid the gemstone. From the antiquities exhibit? Wouldn't that paragraph be stole the gem from the glass case? Ooh, let's see. Actions. We don't have stole, though. Unless we're missing the keyword. Amidst the chaos, someone hit the gemstone from the antiquities floor? Glass case? Yeah, we can try exhibit again, see if anything maybe lights up. Okay. So we must be on the right track with the gemstone, at least. So the yellow squiggly is 2 or less are wrong. So we can try... Like, see if I do this. Okay, still the same. So this is probably wrong anyway. Maybe we don't have all the keywords yet? And what about the middle one again? Something in the... Eventually, old-timer retreated from the fine art exhibit. I do think that's right. I could look at their statements again. The critic... where's the old-timer? Here. The fight continued to escalate, leading the punk to slam the old-timer into the wall, but he didn't let up. Amidst the struggle, the punk fired the gun but missed his target. The old-timer then disarmed him with ease. Oh, disarmed him. Punk, presumably subdued, the old-timer retreated back into the fine art gallery, where he assured the critic was perfectly unharmed. So he disarmed him. Maybe we can use that. This one? I feel like we're missing something still. But who do we talk to? Oh. The curator discovered the guide in a stunned state and attempted to rouse her. How can we dispute this? Did someone say otherwise? We spoke to the guard. There's no way she would have known the guard tried to help her. As far as I can tell, this was just an honest mistake, but worth keeping the record straight nonetheless. We need to check back with the chicken about the tickets. The curator? Oh, yeah. How do we get to the entrance? Here. Try not to walk over the crime scene. That's true. We haven't spoken with them in a bit. Okay. Ooh, lots of new questions about the suspects. I've met them all and started to establish profiles on each. There's someone at the heart of this, and I'll find out who. Congratulations, detective. I have... What did we get? And then there were 9. Meet the suspects. I have the utmost faith in your sleuthing skills, so please continue to work diligently. It's getting late, don't you think? Injustice doesn't sleep, I'm afraid. It takes time to shine the light on truth. Fine, do what you must. Take as much time as you need, but remember, the very fate of this museum hinges on your ability to resolve this efficiently. I think you mean effectively, curator. Either way, we should move on to another topic. Okay. The camera. What camera? I was discussing tonight's event with a tourist and the topic of his camera arose. Did you not notice he had it on him when he arrived? I absolutely did not. I'm sure you understand, detective, that recording of any kind within the museum is strictly against policy. Why would guests come visit if they can observe a rudimentary facsimile someplace else? I had a hunch that's what you would say, but it might reveal some important evidence, so I'm gonna entertain the prospect for now. Fine, I suppose that is a minor concern at the moment. I agree. Let's discuss more. Let me just check. Okay, first section is completely done. Admission. Specifically, the paid admission by victim earlier tonight. He was charged for 2 entrants. Was he accompanied by anyone? No, he wasn't. That's when I started to suspect he was up to no good. And I was correct, of course. Why would he paid for 2? I hope this wasn't malicious on your part. It was no mistake. When I told him there was a charge for admittance, he said he would pay for himself and whoever comes in next. That's all. Ah. Just to clarify, he didn't know there was a cost to enter, but he was willing to pay for 2? Oh, do you think the monkey worked with someone, had a partner in crime, and then the monkey was supposed to make a distraction while someone else stole the gem? Wait, facecam's still down. Oh, that's right. And then it just got out of hand. It seemed to surprise him, so perhaps he didn't want that to happen to someone else. Did I betray my initial impressions of his character? Sure, but he confirmed them soon after with all the mess he caused. It does seem that way, but we can never be so sure. Do you remember who came in next? That nervous one with the backpack. Oh, maybe the gem is in the backpack. Tried to explain the situation to him, but with all that stammering, I don't think he heard any of it. Intriguing. He did say he was a student who was totally out of money. The critic. He said you had requested an article be written. Could you tell me more about it? Detective, I'm afraid I have no idea what you're talking about. Is that so? He said this wasn't the first time. In fact, he said the first one did quite well. And what else did he tell you? Because I remember that article quite differently, and I would never request such theatrics again. Unfortunately, it's not within procedure to disclose any information about the other suspects that I already have. My apologies. You can trust that I'll do my best to get to the bottom of this. For now, I have other topics we should get to as well. Okay. You described the guide as stunned until eventually your efforts to rouse her were successful, and she told you to call the authorities. But she described the situation differently, that you failed to calm her and left her there unmoving in order to call the police. She said that, did she? If you recall, I also described her as selfless and to a fault. I'll have you know, she's like a daughter to me. Oh, new keyword. I regret to say that she lied to you, Detective, to save my feathers. For a curator to not prioritize the safety of their guests or even their exhibits, I believe she intended to maintain my proper image. A noble act, and certainly loyal. But it was still a lie. I'll have to reconvene on that, but for now, we have other matters to discuss. Oh, oops. Clicked one time too many. The alarm. It's state-of-the-art, awarded on a grant several years ago. It runs through every wall, door, and exhibit. A bit Orwellian, but I do what I must. It took a long time to amass such a wondrous collection, so I'd like to keep it. I don't see any cameras, though. How does it work? That's the beauty of it. It's entirely invisible, reading paw prints on the surface of display stands, glass cases, and frames. It recognizes registered users, so if I were to rearrange the exhibits, it wouldn't have to worry about disabling the entire system. Of course, the rest of my staff is also registered. Conservators, operators, or technicians get temporarily registered as needed too. The guard mentioned a discretionary response system. Do you know anything about it? Vaguely. For instance, putting the doors on lockdown is an early stage response, whereas that atrocious sound is much later. I know that much. If someone stole! There it is! The keyword! If someone stole an exhibit, a noisy alarm would alert everyone, warning the thief that their cover was blown. Of course, if the thief broke into an exhibit to steal it, well, they've already relinquished the advantage of discretion. In that case, the alarm's siren acts more like a warning system to other guests. I'm starting to see this intelligence you mentioned. Yes, well, I hope it makes closing this case easier for you. Easier and quicker. Easier, perhaps. Quicker? I'm not so sure. I think it's time to retrace my steps towards that broken display again. Before I do, though, I have some more questions, if you wouldn't mind. I would expect nothing less. But I think I got everything. Let me make sure. This is all grayed out, so I think that means it's good. Okay. Now that we have stole, let's see. Oh, this also got updated. The curator left the guide prioritizing the museum and went to call the authorities from the foyer. What do we need to dispute there? The curator did leave to call the authorities. It wasn't before successfully rousing the guide. She intentionally was trying to throw me, or was she just trying to maintain the curator's reputation? Okay, there you go. Anything else? Oh, yeah, here. The critic arrived at the museum intending to write... Oh, yeah. That I know, because the curator said that they didn't request it. He might have been hoping to write an article about the museum, but it wasn't the curator that hired him to do it. But why lie about that at all? Perhaps I should pay him another visit. Okay, I think it's starting to look good. Oh, look how clean. Oh, here's another one. He entered the museum, paid admission. He didn't pay. It is. The curator told us that the monkey paid for him. Use evidence. Oh, the receipt. Yeah. The student just stumbled into a bit of luck, but why lie about it? Maybe through all the excitement he misremembered. Could be that easy. I don't know. Okay, cool. So we need to go back to the mouse for sure. Oh, look. Meeting our suspects has a little check mark on it now. Okay, awesome. So someone stole the gemstone. Let's see if we... Oh, not destroyed. Oops. Okay, but it's still not completely good. Someone stole the gemstone from... From the glass case. I want to say glass case, but then we need another word in front of it or behind it. Cabinet? Oh, let me try that. Although it was already yellow with when I put the wrong word in Stoll's place. I also don't have cabinet. Museum exhibit. We could try antiquities exhibit again as well. Let's see. Oh no, nothing changed. Cabinet is in... Oh, cabinet is here. Yeah, you're right. Still not right though. Someone stole the gemstone from the glass case cabinet. That's probably not it. How about hiding it? Okay, no, it is stole. Okay. At least that we don't know. So these need to be replaced. Destroyed glass case. Ooh, that's a good shout. Maybe. Yeah, there is destroyed. I guess we still can't do it. Dang it. Let's go talk to the mouse again. We still have some stuff that we need to clear up. I'm innocent, I swear! Oh, there's nothing. We're not gonna ask about how they didn't pay? Purple paint on the vase. Wait, was there? Oh, the one... Oh my god, you're right. Wait. Do you think it's actually the thing I was joking about? That he, like, tried to hide the blood with paint? It's the same purple paint, you're right. Semi-colored vase. Wait, is there anything Oh no, I did look at this art. Let's check our cases. Let's start at the top. Guests of the museum did recall hearing an alarm, but I should continue to learn more. Maybe there's more to find at the crime scene. They told me more about the system's decision-making skills. Two impact wounds, yeah. Can't look at any of this though. I looked at the case already. Oh, the broken case. I have more information about the museum security system now, so I probably should take a second pass at this. Although I don't want to bite off more than I can chew, and this could open a whole new can of sardines. I should probably make sure all my notes are in order first and then come back. Ooh, okay, interesting. Yeah, I didn't see how we can ask someone at the department to help with the film, developing the film. Is there a way I could access the security system data? Maybe not, but it's worth looking into. Maybe we can ask the guard? Should assume there's plenty of details conveniently omitted. I need to collect more evidence before I press them further. Okay. Yeah, is there anywhere I haven't been to yet? Does the little text balloon mean they've new stuff to say? I'm not sure. I think it might be. Yeah. Where'd you find that, detective? Funny coincidence, right? Considering I got your camera and evidence and all. You know, the one that you assured me didn't have any film in it? And surely this film wouldn't fit in. Oh wow, would you look at that? It fits just right. Like you said, it's just a silly coincidence. If I have to spell it out any further, I might have grounds to charge for contempt. Is that what you're going for? Alright, you got me. Not only did I have film in my camera, I may have taken a few photos. I didn't think it would have been that important. I was just trying to save my hide if word got back to the curator. You understand that, right? Obscuring the truth for personal gain? I can't say I do, although it's not the first time I've witnessed it. All's well that ends well, at least. If it helps solve the case, I'm relieved you found out. It could turn out to be incredibly important, yes. Let's move on to more questioning, shall we? Well, I think that's it, though. Yeah. Alright, then. Yeah. No text balloon there. Oh. Oh yeah, the article. Did you want to read the article? I have an early draft if you'd like. That's interesting, considering the curator was entirely unaware of that request you mentioned. They must be playing coy with you, or maybe they're just embarrassed that they need my help to keep the museum afloat. I guess you wouldn't understand standing... Oh, maybe they asked the curator to be here in the hopes that he would make an article about all the stuff that happened as like promotion, like I said earlier. I guess you wouldn't understand standing on the outside, desperately trying to look in. Ooh, that's another good keyword. You're trying to change the topic. Did the curator ask you to write the article or not? No, they didn't. They didn't have to. I received an anonymous tip, and I decided to be generous. Ah, my turn to change the topic now. Oh, oops. What else? About the old timer. I've taken down both of your testimonies, but there's a specific detail here that doesn't line up. The old timer claimed he came away from the brawl entirely unscathed, but that is not accurate to your remarks. Why? This might be the easiest explanation you received today, detective. Are you familiar with fragile masculinity? We've known each other for a long, long time, and when I say he's improved, I mean it, but there are things that still get under his fur. Whether this helps or hinders your perception of his motives, I doubt he even second-guessed a lie like that. You speak as if you know him quite well. Intimately, some would say. Understood. I think I have some more inquiries. Okay. Well then. Let's go back to the start. Okay. Oh! The old-timer retreated back into the fine art gallery where he assured the critic he was unharmed, but the critic said otherwise. As we can tell what the critic told us, even the old-timer was a little shaken following his bout with the punk. Okay. Oh, this one? Okay, that cleared up all of that. Oh, let's see if he has a little bubble. No. No speech bubble. Yeah, I'm trying to get the layout of this place in my head, but it's confusing me. Oh! Oh, we haven't been here! Oh, this is where he must have... Wait. This is not where he fell. Oh, I didn't find this area before. The Tower of Bleatle by Peter Brugoat. Mother Goose may have struck the tower as it reached the sky, and yet upon our earthly wings we fly. Can I examine this pole being bent? No. Or the blood. The blood. Composition 7 by Vasily Kangurinsky. Kangaroo. He's the only artist that can perfectly capture the mystique of a grand piano falling from a window and onto the sidewalk. Plaque reads Le Lapin by Edward Degas. They can really dance. Oh wait, should we have a look in here as well? This is where the blood went. Ah. This is clearly important to our case, so what should I investigate? Exhibit placard. Miniature Moai statue. Oh, that's the... yeah. Another victim in this... So that is what they must have used to bash their head in, and then they fell. Another victim in this odd culmination of crimes, unfortunately. Hold on, let's look at the other stuff as well. Pteranodon skeleton of the Cretaceous period? You're trying to tell me this isn't a pterodactyl? What next? That they had feathers? Ridiculous. Plaque reads Ammonoid fossil. Northern Europe. The golden ratio, the Fibonacci sequence, logarithmic spiral, Lord Helix, universal constant immortalized in stone. Damn. Oh, little planet. Jupiter? Our solar system for illustrative purpose only, not to scale. If this really was built to scale, Jupiter would probably be the other side of town. Way past my office, I bet. Saturn? Don't recognize those. Huh. Taurus figurine discovered in Northern Europe and Asia. Am I blushing? I feel like I'm blushing. Tylosaurus skeleton of the Cretaceous period. It's because of terrifying creatures like this that I'll never get into the ocean. No, it's not about all the water. Don't even ask. Whoa, cool. Okay, there was one more. The crime scene. The blood trail leads here and over the edge of the balcony. Dashed across the exhibit podium as well. Podium looks like it's been pushed askew as well, and the art piece is missing. Stanchions are unlatched, presumably by force, considering the perilous angle. Victim is visible, lying on the floor below. They were likely disoriented and stumbled backwards to their demise. And that's all there is to find here, for now at least. Cool. Yeah, the layout of the museum is so confusing to me that I can't tell where I haven't been yet. American Dairy by Grant Woodpecker. City-dwelling feline, I never fancied the life of a barn cat. Considering the expression on their faces, I'm not missing much. Wasn't it a thing about that painting that everyone thinks they're husband and wife, but it's like father and daughter or something? Plaque reads Portrait of Adele Black Bear by Gustav Klimt. Oh gosh, this one kind of hurts my eyes. Wasn't there a map? I think there was. Yes, there is! I just pressed start. Oh yeah, the dev just said. I was just like, there was a map. I was like, what button have I not tried yet? My bad. Oh, we could save here too. We should do that. Oh, I think I just did. Okay, cool. Or do I have to hold? No. Okay, cool. I think we've probably seen everything, though. Yeah, this is like the last area we hadn't been. Oh my god, the kitty. The Creation of Fido by Michael Flamengolo. Considering the artist could fly, the chapel paintings he did are a bit less impressive. Oh my god. Plaque reads Marilyn's Diptych by Andy Warthog. My mom was always such a fan of Marilyn's. On special occasions, she would even get spots painted onto her fur. Oh, this one. I love this one. Wolf Above the Sea of Fog by Caspar Darwin Frogrick. Such a mysterious figure. What is he contemplating? What tortures his melodramatic soul? I long to know. The Mona Lisa. What's it called? The Mare Lisa by Leonardo the Viper. I don't want to promise. I want Arsene Lupus here as a prisoner with handcuffs on him in a week. I love that old movie. One of the few our feline family had, and I loved every minute of it. Plaque reads, Two Deers Within Me by Frida Kahlo. I never knew deer folk could do something like this anatomically. Oh no, wait, it's symbolic. That's on me. Venus? Hatching a Venus by Sandro Bonobocelli. Legend says that she was born from a giant scallop shell, but for avian folk, I suppose that's not terribly far off from the typical egg. Oh, this is where we came in. Okay, let's look at the... this one again. No, this one. Okay, so... maybe now we can put... the old-timer retreated from the balcony? We have a couple of new words. What do you guys think? Amidst the chaos, someone stole the gemstone. We have balcony, newly added. The punk fell from the... Ooh, yes, yes, yes. Oh, I like that. Okay, hold on. Person. The punk. Oh, wait. Oh, we need two things. The punk fell from the natural history balcony. But what punk? Something punk. Or punk something. But yeah, from the courtyard balcony could definitely be it. Oh, the punk fell. Oh, yeah, you're right. Yeah, it's so much reading for me. I'm obviously really enjoying it, but it's so much reading that my brain is now like, okay, you're almost out of energy. Let's see. The punk fell. There. Where's the punk? Do you feel lucky, punk? Okay. They something in the something. They fought? Struggled? Because we already had they argued. Are we missing keywords? We could. We're still getting some here and there. Can we try to payphone outside? Oh yeah, wasn't it? Didn't they say? Shot in the air. Yeah, they shot and missed. But I'm thinking it's they plural. Not the punk. Or it could be, actually. The punk who surprisingly had a gun, they shot. Maybe. So... they were fighting here. Ooh. Another shocking aspect to the case unfolding in front of us. This is where the blood trail begins, considering the impact on the wall. This is where the two guests fought! That impact is a likely result. With enough force, that would explain the crooked painting. Clear, the conflict continued onward, but I'll have to keep investigating to learn more. Okay. Oh, and it had a red circle now, so I think we have all the keywords we need now. So they fought, for sure. They fought in the courtyard? Where is this? Do we just call this the courtyard? No. Isn't it naturalist? Yeah, it could be. Yes! Oh my gosh, Shan, so smart. Okay, they fought in the courtyard, and eventually the punk fell from the natural history balcony. Amidst the chaos, someone stole the gemstone from the antiquities exhibit. So how do we phrase this? Because we know what we want to say. And I do think it's someone stole the gemstone, or hid the gemstone, but I think stole is fine. Antiquities floor. Ooh, that's a good shout. Try that. No. Oh, for a second I thought we did it because the background went green from the light. Natural history. Well, it's not natural history, is it? Let me see. Oh, it is natural history. Oh my god, you're right. My bad. I thought it was antiquities. Natural history exhibit. We did it! Aha! I knew I was onto something. Got the basic details of this case all sorted out and met every suspect. Now it's time to really get to work. Oh my god. Oh, and it's saved. Nice! We're only at the start of things. Yeah, good job, chat. I'm glad I'm streaming it so we can all put our heads together. Or 1,500 of them. Can I look at it again? Oh, we got the new one now. Yeah. Earlier tonight, the old-timer argued in the fine art exhibit with the punk, who surprisingly had a gun. They fought in the courtyard, and eventually the punk fell from the natural history balcony. Amidst the chaos, someone stole the gemstone from the natural history exhibit. Cool. Awesome. So there's... Oh my god. So we only did tab 1 of 6. So there's this is a big case. I like it. We still have lots to do. But yeah, I'll definitely take my time with it. I feel like maybe 1 tab a stream. If they're all the same. Yeah. Chunky case. Yeah, but it's fun though. I do think it's really good. And the cat is just so cute, isn't he? Look at us tapping our little peats. So it was sponsored today. The Feline Forensics and the Meowseum Mystery is out now today on Steam, on PC, and they have a 10% discount for the first week. So if you're contemplating maybe getting it, this week is your chance. Don't forget to wishlist the game on Steam if you want. And I have a link for that pinned at the top of the chat or on YouTube. It's in the video's description. And that is it. I can't wait to play more in the future. I think it's really pretty. I love the combination of like 2D sprites with a 3D environment. All the artwork as well, so much work must have gone into like trying to think of like an animal counterpart to it. And it's just so funny.